All right, welcome back, everyone. That was a lot longer than expected. But we are finally getting started. The game was set to start, or scheduled to start at 10. They got started around 10:25, which actually meant that Infamous just barely, because they're playing at a LAN, and they had to finish their game at a LAN or whatever, which meant that they arrived really late. But they squeaked in just before the 30-minute mark, which meant that they would get disqualified. So they're starting with a 90-second draft time penalty.
Reserve time.
But they're here, and we're ready for our last best of one, our losers bracket match of the night for the Dota 2 Canada Cup, where we're going to have Infamous going up against EnemyGG. Of course, we already saw Drinking Boys beat T-Show, and Not Today beat Kingdom. Now we're going to find out which will be the last team to advance out of the losers bracket. Prior to today, we had Lucchini beat Perky Pepperonis.
Dire team pick.
But without further ado, I guess we'll catch up in the draft here. We have Lifestealer, Abbott, and Sven, and Lion banned out by Infamous. Beastmaster, Slaughter, Bounty Hunter, and Huskar were the bans for EnemyGG.
10 seconds
Doom,
remaining.
Puck, and Oracle were the picks so far for Infamous, and Elder Titan, Darkseer, Rubik, and Death
remaining.
Prophet are the picks for EnemyGG. And already
Reserve
seeing a
time.
lot of push power coming out from EnemyGG. With that Death Prophet getting picked up. On top of that, you've got Darkseer,
10
which puts a lot of
seconds
pressure on
remaining.
lanes. You get quite a bit of actual team fight as well, because
Radiant
Elder Titan
team
Natural
back.
Order reduces the base armor from Infamous, which is going to hurt them a lot earlier on in the game before they start adding on some more plus armor items that you see typically getting picked up a little bit later, like AC and stuff like that. That's actually going to allow the Death Prophet to do a lot
10
more damage with their
seconds
Exorcism as well. So certainly a lot more
5
mid-game
seconds
focused lineup so far from Radiant. And Infamous, they've picked up
Reserve
Alchemist. So they're already investing a little bit more into the late game. But we already know that Alchemist kind of peaks a little bit earlier as well than more traditional hard carries. So we'll see how this is going to work out for Infamous. Now we're into the final bans here. As so far our lanes for Infamous are Puck in the mid lane, Alchemist safe lane. Doom, we're unsure whether he's going to be in the
10
jungle
seconds remaining.
or if he's going to be off lane.
Dire
And
team
Oracle we
back.
can expect to be one of the supports. As for
Dire
EnemyGG,
team
we expect Death Prophet in the mid lane, Darkseer off lane, and then Elder Titan and Rubik the support duo, so they're looking for a safe laner. See Axe getting banned out by EnemyGG, and Juggernaut getting banned out by Infamous. Jug
10
would have been
seconds
fantastic
remaining.
with their lineup. Once again, Healing Ward really helps back them up
5 seconds
um,
remaining.
to continue pushing, heals up the creep waves, heals up the heroes after a small engage.
Reserve
So
time.
ideally you want to go for a pickoff,
5
heal everyone
seconds
back up with
remaining.
Healing Ward, and then you can be free to push, no problem. But Infamous picking up the Night
Radiant
Stalker,
team pick.
another really strong mid-game oriented hero. Fit in really nicely with their lineup, and that means the Doom is going to be the offlaner for them. Well, actually it doesn't 100% mean that. We could have an offlane Night Stalker still. So we're not sure yet.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. 5 seconds remaining.
Wraith King!
For the quick little mute there, guys. I had to blow my nose quickly while I had a little bit of a break in the draft there. But Wraith King was the final pickup for EnemyGG. So I hear that we don't typically see played all too often. We're going to see get played here. But once again, another one of those heroes that kind of excels, I'd say, at the mid-game. We typically see Wraith Kings get Blink Dagger and get active. Sometimes you go Midas into Blink. Sometimes you just run Rush Blink and then maybe even back it up with something like an Armlet, which could be a very real possibility as well.
10 seconds remaining.
It'd be interesting to see how how they run this Wraith King.
5 seconds remaining.
But I don't think I've seen a Wraith King on this patch. Maybe I haven't, I'm just not noticing. We do have a brief pause here, so I'm going to mute once again. Just give me one more second, guys. Sorry about this. Alright, we're resumed and ready to go here. So let's introduce our teams and our players here. As on our Radiant side, it's going to be Team EnemyGG. As once again, I have to exec my config. Forgot that DotA crashed as I was jumping into this one. But on our Radiant side, it's going to be Team EnemyGG. We're going to have BSJ, Banana Slam Jam. He's going to be playing the Wraith King. Sovereign's going to be playing the Darkseer. Slayer on the Death Prophet. Hex and Jagged's playing the Elder Titan. And Frozen's going to be playing the Rubik. And they're going to walk right uphill, right into Infamous. So we're going to have battle right to start things off here as Ozzy on the Alchemist going to get lifted and tossed back. And that's going to be first blood going the way of EnemyGG. As we'll introduce everyone on the side of Infamous. Of course, we just saw the Alchemist go down. That's played by Ozzy. We got Nagi Yanagi playing the Oracle. SNNR is playing the Night Stalker. We're going to have battle again here. As Matthew's going to be playing the Doom. And last but not least is Greedy on the Puck. It doesn't look like we're going to have any further action here. Just a little bit of damage exchanging hands, but we're not going to have any heroes going down unless someone oversteps here. Doesn't look like it's going to be the case, but Frozen very active, trying to make sure that he's able to get that lift off. But nice use of the tango there by the Dire side to make sure that the gold from that Observer Ward wasn't denied. As for our lanes, what do we got? We got Death Prophet going up against Alchemist in the mid lane. Bottom lane, we're going to have Night Stalker in the off lane, going up against the safe lane farming Wraith King and Rubik. In the Dire jungle, we're actually going to have Elder Titan and Doom going at it. And that leaves us in the top lane with an off lane Darkseer going up against safe lane farming Puck, babysat by an Oracle. So not exactly what we're used to seeing, but action in the mid lane is both Alchemist and Death Prophet getting very low. Slayer, oh, so close to going down. But Ozzy was the one who was potentially in danger as he had an Elder Titan chasing him, but Slayer just barely got out of that acid spray in time. As Hex and Jagged goes for a stomp there, throws his own life away to the Alchemist, but allows Slayer to get the kill there. So a worthwhile trade there for Hex and Jagged. As on his respawn, he heads up and towards the top lane. Now we're going to have Night Stalker just TPing back down towards the bottom lane. Once again, Hex and Jagged in the jungle, not making Matthew's life easy whatsoever. As they're going to start exchanging a couple blows here as Nagi Yanagi's coming in as well. Stomp coming up from Hex and Jagged. It's going to land on Matthew. But he's about to get rooted in place by the Oracle here. And he's got to be careful. There's an Alchemist in mid lane that he could run into as well, as Hex and Jagged now going to turn around and start running the other way. As he's down to 100 HP. Another stomp. And he'll try to deny himself to the neutrals, but not going to be able to, as Matthew's going to get the last hit there. Despite the fact that we saw a lot of action at the very start of this lane, it's still even. We've got 12 CS on the Death Prophet, now 10 and 1 on the Alchemist. Of course, there are two creeps here for the Alchemist to last hit, so that should even things up. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, we've had this this Night Stalker's been able to be pretty active in the bottom lane, both supports. Of course, we've seen Hex and Jagged being really active in the Dire side of the map, but we really haven't seen too much from the Rubik yet. And now with Matthew coming down here, I think he's going to come back towards the lane. Hex and Jagged's down here. Where's Frozen? Still sitting in the jungle. Matthew just going to run right at BSJ. They're going to use the Void to slow him down. Here comes Hex and Jagged with the stomp off onto Matthew. Frozen's going to get a lift, tossing him back. BSJ's going to have another Hellfire Blast up in 1 second. He's going to get ensnared in place, and he's going to turn around and get that stun off onto Matthew, who's going to go down. So Infamous goes for the aggressive play there, and does not work out for them whatsoever.
We are great.
As Ozzy's going to have to go back to Fountain here.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Flesh sustains, gold remains.
Sorry about the constant muting, guys. My nose is running like a tap right now. Trying my best to work through it here, but it's been a pain. As Ozzy getting very, very low, and Slayer's going to get the kill. I don't think he's going to be able to get on out of here safely, and yeah, he's going to go down. Oracle got the kill there, even if he snaked by it, though. Matthew was up on the high ground there on the Doom.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Both mid laners really going at it here. Uh-oh. Alright, once again, I just went into a sneezing fit.
For you.
Fortunately, it's starting to get hot here, so that means turning on the air conditioners, turning on the fans and everything, which stirs up a little bit of dust. And on top of that, I did a bunch of gardening. And just work on the lawn and stuff yesterday, so allergies.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Rip. Either way, we're going to have a push here on the mid-tier 1 as the Exorcism has been popped by Slayer. The Sinner comes in. Throws out a Void, but got a creep wave here. Their push isn't really going to do too much. This is worth noting that this is a level 6 Exorcism. Typically we see Exorcism not really get picked up at 6. You have a TP coming in from Matthew. And Hex and Jagged's going to be the one who's caught as Greedy catches them. There, but Slayer is going to get chased down as well, but he's going to meet up with Frozen. Frozen's going to lift up Matthew, toss him back. Matthew going to get the stomp off. And one more attack needed, 4 HP. Matthew's going to get away. And Greedy jumps in, finishes off Frozen, and now Slayer very, very low. But here comes BSJ, stunning up Slayer, getting the kill there. Or Sinner, excuse me.
Let me acquaint you with your own demise.
Slayer now will TP back. And meanwhile in the top lane, Sovereign's just left alone, so he's free farming on the Darks here, and he's even putting some pressure on this tier 1. While that was going on, Ozzy got incredibly low to the neutral creeps. He went back to the fountain, but looks like he's gotten back up in HP there. I mean, he's got chemical rage, so he's got ridiculous HP regen. Or maybe that's what he did. Maybe he didn't even go back to fountain. Because his mana's still pretty low here. Slayer needs to be careful. Here they come. Gonna engage on him, leading with the ensnare from the Oracle. Matthew there as well, but Frozen TP's on in. Hex and Jagged's above them. Crypt Swarm just going to do a little bit of harassing damage.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
We checked on BSJ. It looks like he's going to go for Armlet as his first item.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Almighty money.
Behold!
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
There's that early push as the tier 1 tower goes down in the mid lane. Sinner trying to do his best to push back BSJ and stop his push. But really BSJ is just kind of priming the bottom tower for another one of those pushes. And they didn't use Exorcism for the mid push, so they could come and push bottom immediately.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Armlet gets completed by Ozzy, and I imagine BSJ's isn't that far away either. Here they come, popping that Exorcism, they're going on this tier 1 tower. As we're going to have a pause, and I'm going to mute for a second as well, guys. Well, guys, I'm not sure if you've been reading the chat there, but apparently Infamous saying they have connection problems and said, please wait 20 minutes max, please, admin. And the admin responded by saying they can only give you 10 minutes. 20 minutes is a long time, considering they were already 25 minutes late for this game. I don't know. I don't know what the ruling's going to be here. But I guess we'll just sit back and wait and watch. I'll look away from where we are right now so we don't have to listen to the exorcism going. Yeah, I think I'm just going to mute for a second here, guys, and just let it kind of play out. Maybe I'll put some music on as well, because this looks like it's probably going to be a little while. So we'll be back when I guess we're getting closer to restarting, or we find something else new.
They have an alchemist on Infamous' side, and on EnemyGG's side, you have a Death Prophet and a Wraith King with Armor. So they're going to try to push, they're going to try to fight, they're going to try to get this game done as quickly as possible, and Infamous is going to draw this out as quickly as possible can by making space with the puck and Doom and all the tools they have. So that's that. Cool. Good stuff.
monster. I know you're a monster.
Alright guys, so just a quick summary of what's gone on so far. Infamous, they're playing at a LAN, and they showed up 25 minutes late for their match because they were playing a match at the LAN. So because they were between 25 and 30 minutes late, they got 90 seconds penalty in the draft. Had they actually been 30 minutes late, they would have just got straight up disqualified. This match was supposed to start at 10 o'clock. It's now 11:02. So we got through the draft. We got into the game. And then right before the 9-minute mark, Infamous paused the game and said they've got connection problems. And they asked if they could have a 20-minute pause. The admin said, we can only give you 10. We can only give you 10. And then pretty much everyone on Infamous just disconnected from the game. And now, you know, during that wait, Sovereign, I think it was, or maybe it might have been BSG, I forget exactly who. I can just scroll up, actually. Yeah, so BSJ asked, so how does this work? Joker says 5 minutes left to pause. Then forfeit or what? And then Sovereign asked basically the same question. What happens after that? Do we have to end the game before they come back, or do we get a forfeit? And then it clearly has hit the 10-minute mark. And yeah, apparently admins are still discussing the outcome of this game, as it's unlikely Infamous is coming back. So my question is, in the rules, it states, in the Dota 2 Canada Cup rules, which are definitely significantly improved since last year, or last season, where the rules were pretty poorly written, to be honest. The rules are much better now, but in the rules it does say that the max amount of time that a pause can be, a single pause can be, is 10 minutes. So clearly they've hit that, and to me, because there's nothing in the rules that says what happens if that 10 minutes is met, there has to be some ruling, and apparently that is said that EnemyGG has just won. So to me, if it gets to the point where there's nothing in the rules, then they clearly just have to end the game. But it looks like they've just said EnemyGG wins, so I guess that's going to be that, and we're not really going to have a final game of the night.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And now Slayer pauses the game, and yeah, there we go. I got the disconnect. And yeah, it's a best of one, so this is going to be it. Infamous are going to get eliminated, and EnemyGG are going to advance into the next round of the losers bracket for the Dota 2 Canada Cup. So that was a little bit of an anti-climactic end to our night, but I guess what are you going to do? Either way, guys, I've been Niz. Thanks so much for joining me tonight. We'll see you again tomorrow where we're going to have a winner's bracket match. It's going to be a best of 3, and it's going to be a really, really thrilling one as well. Where we're going to have, as I'm going to bring up my schedule here, we're going to have Shazam going up against Complexity, and that's going to start at 5 o'clock p.m. EDT. So that one's going to be a really, really good one. Complexity versus Shazam, 5 p.m. Don't want to miss that one. That's going to be a winner's bracket quarterfinals. So we'll see you again tomorrow at 5 p.m. That's going to be it for me tonight, guys. Hopefully you have a good night and keep working on your compendium. Keep chopping down those trees. We'll see you again tomorrow. Good night.